Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and Dave, pleased to present an updated Arceus box deck looking to counter Pokemon with abilities and counter Pokemon with basic attacking decks. So that's what it's done here. Arceus itself is very good, right? 280 HP, V-Star, 200 damage, or 180 if you have a double turbo attached, which you will a lot of the times. For 3 energy, it does 200. You can accelerate up to 3 basic energies from your deck to your Pokemon V any way you'd like, so very good there. We play a number of basics, but so we'll get into the energy shortly. And then it's got a great, super great ability, Starbirth. Once during the course of the game, you can search your deck for up to any 2 cards, put them into hand, so that is very good. So a 4/3 line of Arceus V-Star, and there are matchups where you just go in and attack with Arceus V-Star if the walling isn't going to be effective, which there are certainly games like that, and you can win a number of games just by attacking with Arceus V-Star, so we have a 3/4 line, so not a problem there. Still kept the 2/2 Alolan Vulpix V-Star line. Its Snow Mirage attack is good, and it's actually very important twofold. One, it's watercolor's colorless, so ideally it's all basic energy, so you're doing the 160. You could have a water and a double turbo, you're down to 140, and that might be okay, but it gets a little tougher, I will say, if you have to do that. But then, 2 things. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, so it hits through Mimikyu, which is important, because otherwise Mimikyu is pretty much a loss to this deck, so that's super important there. And then also the other reason, which is the more common reason this is in the deck, during opponent's next turn, this is an effect of the attack, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon that have an ability. So you can walk. Charizard EX doesn't like that at all. So a 2/2 line there. And before I played Noivern EX, which was a nice basic wall, but I've been playing some Espathra EX decks lately and found that it's a grass attacker. It is good into Charizard EX, can one-shot it if once the enough energies are in play. And then also it is a really good against basic attacking decks, which are, with the ancient decks and the future decks, they're certainly around, as well as Lost Zone decks that are just basic attackers, right? Lost Zone Giratina is the other deck, and this doesn't help with that as much, although it actually can. All right, so what this Pokemon does, 260 HP, so it would prefer the HP to be a little higher. It's got a good attack. Psyball, for 1 Psychic, does 30 plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon, so it's doing at least 60 because we have to have at least 1 energy attached, but if we get more attached than that, then that damage is multiplied, and our opponent has their energies, and so we're doing more. And to make the damage level ramp up faster, it's got the ability Dazzling Gaze. As long as this Pokemon's in the active spot, attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon cost 1 energy more, so that's very good. So playing a 2/2 line, before I played a 1/1 Noivern, the 1/1 line was always a problem too, because if you're trying to get the Noivern EX set up, and if it was knocked out, well, then you had to all rot it back and try all over again. Getting a 2/2 makes it more viable. And I think the Espathra is a little more effective because the disruption is a little more wide-ranging, right? If you can keep your opponent from attacking for a turn, very, very good there. And we do play the Stadium to help it against basics. So that's a 2/2 line. The Flittle does provide a pivot. It's only 30 HP, but it has free retreat, so that's nice as well with it. And then I'm playing 1 copy of Enamorus V, and maybe this doesn't belong in the deck. I haven't really used it, but I put it in for a couple reasons. One, it's got the attack Blossom Tail. What that is for Psychic Colorless. Colorless does 100 damage. If you could attach a DTE to provide 2 colors, then you're down to 80. But then you attach up to 2 basic energy cards for the discard pile to your bench Pokemon any way you like. So one of the issues with the Espathra EX is you need to get a bunch of energies on it. So it is a way to toss 2 psychic energies onto Espathra EX. We can power up Enamorus V from Arceus's attack, so I think it has, that's the logic behind it. And then it has this ability, Guardian of Love, prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's ability done to each of your Pokemon that has any psychic energy attached, except any Enamorus V. So I think I'm not exactly sure how some of the interactions will play with this, I got to say, and couldn't find any official ruling. So we'll see how some things play out in the game if this comes into play. But that's that can help protect any of our Pokemon's abilities particularly, obviously, the Arceus and the Espathra EX, both of which are important. So it can power up the Espathra, it gets them from the discard pile, which at times you need to do that, and it does have this ability that I think can give some benefit. Maybe I'm trying to get too tricky with it in the Enamorus V just to get dropped, but it's in the deck list for now. So you can let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right, so this is the energy. 4 double turbo. It's an Arceus deck. You just play 4 double turbo. 2 Mist Energies. Maybe could cut it to 1. Mist Energy is just really good. Provides 1 colorless, and then prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the Pokemon this card's attached to. Stops you from getting knocked out by Giratina V-Star's second attack. Stops you getting knocked out by the ancient dark type Pokemon state with EX Pokemon, right? Roaring Moon EX, sorry, yeah. So that Roaring Moon EX is a big part of why it's here. So maybe it goes to 1 copy and add something else into the deck. I'm not certain. And then 4 basic water and 4 basic psychic, because we need the basic energies both to accelerate from the Arceus V-Star. We need water for Vulpix. We need psychic for Espathra. Espathra just needs 1 psychic to attack with, but then after that, doesn't care what type of energy is used. And actually, double turbo does provide 2 energies, right? It's for each energy attached, not energy card. So you reduces by 20, but it would provide 30, I think 40 more if you have a double turbo attached. So, and like I said, it attacks for one energy, unlike the Noivern EX, which needs 2 energy. That made it a little harder. And it's an ability, not an effect of an attack. So therefore, it should be a little more universal too. The Noivern, if it got gusted up from the bench but hadn't attacked, or if they were able to send you to the bench with Prime Catcher and boss you back up, could just hit, the effect wasn't there. The effect is always there as long as it's in the active spot. So I like that about the Espathra EX. All right, looking at the trainers here. Like I said, I do play Pokemon League Headquarters, 3 copies of this. I had 2 before. In the matchups where it's good, it's very good. So put a 3rd copy in. Attacks used by each basic Pokemon in play cost 1 colorless energy more. So just be aware of that if you're attacking with any of your own basics. You're going to need an extra energy, but very disruptive to our opponents. So getting Pokemon in play, 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball makes a lot of sense there. 2 rods. I had 1 rod originally, but again, just getting energies in Pokemon from the discard pile, especially energies, I find a lot of times the 2nd rod's useful, especially because we play 2 Professor Turo's Scenario. Used to play a Sharon's Care. I cut that from the deck, I think, because most of my decks aren't colorless, and it's nice to be able to get an Arceus V-Star out of play, even if it doesn't have damage, if we're trying to get an ability lock in play or something like that. So and just get that Alolan Vulpix to attack with. So Professor Turo's Scenario is better, but it does discard the energies, which is partly why Rod is even better. 1 switch card. Let's see. 4 boss. Kept the 4 boss. I just like that disruptive nature. It lets me kind of control the game. It's a counter deck. It doesn't help you set up the game, right? That's the downside to 4 boss, but once you set up, and with the V-Star power on Arceus, you should be getting set up. Just hitting boss, you can draw the boss with Arceus V-Star, or you're going to draw it more consistently, right? I just like that there, right? Because boss is just super awesome. Also play 2 Iono, 2 Judge, 3 Research, and 3 Colress. So a number of supporters that will help us set up, and then 1 Prime Catcher. That's I think that's the ace spec I like in this deck. Just more gusting, more disruption is good. And I think that is the full list of the cards here. So let's take a look at the deck in action and see if this concoction of mine actually works. All right, let's see what happens here. Hopefully get a nice game. Hopefully I'm able to finish out this game. I had a pretty good game going earlier today, but then I had to stop playing Pokemon to attend to something else, which was unfortunate. Got the loss, but also it was several turns into what I think was proving to be a pretty good game. All right, so toss down the Arceus. I get to go first. I have an energy attached. That's good. I can get Flittle in play. I could get Alolan Vulpix V in play. I have the V-Star for next turn, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, I mean, honestly, this is the matchup where... So I don't think I need Pokemon League headquarters is what I'd say for this game. So I think I want to get Vulpix down. And I think I want to threaten them with Espathra too. Plus, Espathra's a single prize, and you always want to try to... I mean, the Flittle's a single prize. Sorry. You want to make life... You know, it's nice when you make your opponent take 7 prizes. So this is a 2-prize attacking deck, which is a negative, but... you know, it's a walling deck. Having the Pokemon be a little bit tankier does help with the walling, for one thing. Having a single prize that gets knocked out too fast isn't great. And so we'll see how things go here. I am liking this. Yeah, I'm liking this deck, I gotta say. I guess that's what I'm really trying to say. So we'll see how it goes. My opponent's not doing anything. Maybe they're just confused. Maybe they're scared. They'll gust up the Vulpix. And that's okay, though, because I have the V-Star in hand, so that's fine with me, right? So, but I'll have to get the double turbo and a Switch or a Prime Catcher, right? I need one of those. Hopefully, both Switch and Prime Catcher aren't prized. If that's the case, then I can't really attack. So what they have another Charmander down. So, I think I will research, because it doesn't matter which one I take out, so I might as well evolve here. And then I have my V-Star power. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, I get a Switch and a double turbo. And I did, so the game is really loving me, which means I can save my my V-Star power. And the nice thing is, now they might play... and they concede because, you know, I got set up there. But look, once I had the V-Star in play, I was okay anyway. Like I said, I could have grabbed those 2 cards with V-Star power, but getting to save the V-Star power just meant, you know, they were not going to be able to knock out my Arceus V-Star next turn. They could they have taken out my Vulpix V-Star? Let's think. They do 180 up to 210. Yes, they could with the... with Choice Belt. So they could have one-shot there, but they didn't have Pidgeot down, or Pidgey down, so they weren't going to attack with Pidgeot EX, so probably they weren't, but it was worth, you know, it was worth... I mean, I needed to take taking the knockout was the right thing. Partly, I needed to power up the Vulpix V-Star, right? So, but you do have to be careful, especially you don't want to knock... If you only have a Vulpix V on the bench, knocking out the base Charmander to accelerate the energies onto just the basic V... A Vulpix means your opponent can gust up the Vulpix, and now just the Charizard without any modifications one-shots that Vulpix, and you're really in a bit of trouble there. So anyway, that game I set up, my opponent did not, and I will take it. All right, hopefully get a nice game. We've had a little awkward starts. My last game, I think I made the wrong choice too. I think part of the bad start last time was a bad decision by myself. You know, you don't want you don't want to judge your decisions based upon how things work out, based upon the unknown, but you want to try to judge your decision based upon what you knew at the time. Probably thinking through the upside and downside. I don't think it was right. Certainly, the upside didn't pay off, and the downside bit me. And anyway. But that was what it was. So, but you know, those things are all learning opportunities, right? We things don't go okay, not terrible, not ideal, not terrible. So I'm going second, which isn't great. So Cleffa. So is this? Yeah. So it's Charizard. Okay. I mean, that's not bad though. Okay. This could actually be... I mean, this is really strong right now. I think what I want to do is, unless I draw a DTE, I'm going to... And I did draw a DTE, so I've dropped down the Vulpix. I'll double check on the V. This is a game... If I can just get the Vulpix going... Look, Espathra is good in this game too, but keep the Espathra as a secret. The Vulpix is the more obvious thing. I'm going to... Now I get to power myself up. I could do a little gust while I'm at it. Should I? I probably should, right? I probably should just gust up. Therefore, instead of leaving the free retreat, because all I'm going to do is power up my Vulpix this turn, right? So let me gust up the Rotom V, make them burn a resource, right? That has value. Trinity Charge, get the 3 energy on the Vulpix. I'm going to drop the Psychic in, and they're probably going to wonder about that. I mean, I don't know if anyone else, I haven't seen anyone else cooking up this deck, so I don't know if they're going to, I don't know. I would think they might wonder if I'm playing Giratina V-Star in the deck with the Psychic, right? I think I mentioned in an earlier game, I don't know if it's one that will get uploaded. I would drop, with the Psychic energy, with the Espathra, could play Giratina, right? That would be, I guess, the other way to go. But I don't think I want 3 energy types in this deck. I think that's just getting a bit too much. Now the Vulpix is only one of its water energies, right? So therefore it could, it does work with luminous energy, which I've done, and we do have that new special energy coming out. So what are they going to grab here? They might Iono me, and that's okay. Look, I hope they don't, because this is the perfect hand, I will say. So Arven, okay. That's good. I mean, look, they may, if they gust me up, can they knock me out? Even if they don't knock me out, to do 180 damage, I then cannot afford to. And they have 4 Steel Stones, so that means they have 2 exact cards they want. So this could be bad. I keep the hand, but hopefully they don't knock out the Vulpix, right? That's the question. So do they have the a gusting card? That's the question, right? They can retreat. They have the energy to accelerate to Rotom V, so they can retreat. But if all they can attack with, and the Charmeleon has so Prime Catcher. So this is devastating to me. It really is. But it's okay. I can actually. So I will. I think I have to Turo, right? And I have to. Well, that's really sketchy, though. This is really kind of sketchy. So I've got to. So let me get rid of this. Let me think. Wait, who do I play for Rod? I play 2 Rod. I play 2 Turo as well, right? Okay, so I don't know what's prized, right? That's part of my question here. I grab the V-Star. I grab the Turo, and maybe I should have saved the Turo, because now I can't get my other Arceus V out of play. So that gets a little dicey. So maybe I should have ditched the Rod. So I'll grab the Turo, and I will grab the V-Star, I guess, right? And yeah, the problem, I needed that Rod too, though, right? I did need the Rod, and my other Rod's prize. So because I think without the Rod, I mean, it gets pretty dicey to get the energy. That's what I'll say. So I will Turo here. Throw you into play. Send you up, drop you down. Attach. Play the Rod. 1, 2, 3. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but I do have that Espathra up my sleeve. Maybe I can confuse them with the Espathra, right? The Espathra is still in the deck, right? Let's see, the Flittle Espathra. It probably doesn't happen, but we will see what happens here. They don't have, they've lost their Prime Catcher, so unless they play Silene, I don't know what else can recover it. There's some attacks that can recover it, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't use that. I'm not sure there are any other trainers that could recover it. So I'm out of Turo, right? I just play 2. I don't play Sharon's Care anymore. I cut that. That would have been nice in the deck. They're Ionoing me because they know I have the 1 card, right? I grabbed 1 extra card. Okay, well, this is good. All right. So that's pretty solid for me. Do I want to get rid of the V-Star. Do I want to judge? Do I want to research? I think I want to judge. I'm thinking. I get my V-Star in play. That's what I have to do. Unfortunately, I cannot get my Arceus V out of play, and I've got to start attacking with him. I don't think I really have a choice there, so I'll keep the double turbo attached. I'll just judge here. I do take the knockout, which is good. I'm gonna toss down the Flittle and see if this gives them pause, right? Because that could scare them, right? And I'm going to attach an energy to the Flittle because that's what needs to happen there. And I take 2 prizes. Now that boosts up the Charizard. So this is where, but the fact that they burned up their Prime Catcher is good in that regard, right? The fact that they used the Prime Catcher put me in a bad spot, but it did means that it's gone for the game, right? So I like that. Do I want to drop down my second Flittle? I'm thinking I don't here. The question is, all right, so just thinning with the 2. Okay, getting down another Charmander. So an attacker without an ability is part of it, and they might not have the Charmeleon without the ability. And look, this Charmeleon is good, so, but we'll see what they play here. They maybe getting, so another Charizard. Okay, get another Charizard EX makes a lot of sense. See how things go here. I don't think I want to drop down this other Flittle, though. So they drew to 7. Just going to research this hand away. I do have a Prime Catcher. Do I want to do that? He doesn't do enough damage, though, right? So I think I want to... I don't think I want to evolve to a Espathra yet. I think I'll sit on the Prime Catcher right now. So take a prize. A double turbo is actually really nice. Or a slight, getting 1 more energy. See what they choose to do. They could obviously take out the Charizard, the Arceus V-Star. I guess maybe I should have evolved to the Espathra. They haven't taken any prizes yet, so I don't lose the game with that. I think not dropping the second Flittle, I should evolve, right? Did I grab that as a prize? I'm trying to remember. No, I got a basic energy, so I probably should have evolved the Espathra last turn. I lose the free retreat, though. The Regieleki, so this gets back their trainer. So that is... So let me think here. So I do 30 per plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3. I don't get there yet, right? I don't get there yet, but... Do I want to sit on the Judge still? Do I want to judge this turn? Do I want to sit on the Prime Catcher? I think I want to judge. I want to keep hitting with the Vulpix. I think I kind of like my spot. So I want to play the Judge, I think. Just kind of keep digging through the deck. I'm going to get rid of Nest Ball. Say done there. I will... Yeah, I think the Enamorus V just doesn't make any sense in the deck. I think I was just getting way too cute there, and that's fine. Okay, that's very nice too. I like that. So I will hit for 160, which means I can finish him off next turn. Not with the Vulpix, though. I probably want to keep hitting with the Vulpix because he's... Wow, okay, so they go pitch... Okay, no, they're going for Pidgeot V, so I don't know what they're going to... what are they planning to do with the Vulpix? And they can't double switch at this point, I don't think. No, well, they can. They can recover with the Regieleki. That's what they want to do, right? So, okay. So they got him out of play there, which is fine there. Oh, okay. It shows me my drew basic energy before my opponent even Rotom V. That's always kind of amusing when that happens. And at this point, I think I mean, I could take the knockout. All right, let me shuffle the deck because I might want a Prime Catcher, to be honest. Just do that. I will Colress. I'm trying to think what type of energy I want to play. Well, I want Prime Catcher, obviously. I think a Pokemon League headquarters is very nice too. And I'll grab a double turbo. So because now the Luxray needs 2 energy to attack, and that's actually really good for me. So I'm going to drop down Pokemon League headquarters. Now you can't attack with Regieleki unless you accelerate with him to him, and they're not going to be thrilled about that. So I could retreat and knock out with a Espathra. I don't think I want to do that though. I'm kind of like at my spot. Do I want to take, if I were to take 2 prizes though, I probably have game next turn, right? No, I'm gonna save the Prime Catcher. That might be a mistake. I might regret that. Because I could have taken out this Charizard. But, if the Charizard takes out my Espathra, which they're going to do here, I just finish you off now. Oh, that's okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, so I probably... Let's think here. Do I have game? Let's see. Espathra is doing what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get 6. 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is what? 7 times 3 is... Well, I'm going to send up the Arceus, right? And I can take 2 prizes. That's what I have to do this turn. Take 2 prizes. And yeah, I think I just want to keep dumping. This Espathra is now a beast and a half. I take the knockout, and he can... My Espathra is doing big damage, so that I'm liking that. I'm down to one card in hand, so they probably Iono me to 1, I would think. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 10 minus 40, right? So I think I'm doing 170 on my own. I obviously one-shot a Charizard EX, so they can't, to take the knock. Well, they could attach they could accelerate 2 onto, once they get, unless they play double turbo, I don't know what they can do here, because once they get a Charizard EX in play, they're very vulnerable. They could Iono, and then if they can evolve and then Iono me to 1, that would probably be the best play. I don't know what they're going to do. They don't know I have Prime Catcher, certainly. So we'll see what happens. Are they going to go for the Charizard EX? I would think they are. My Vulpix is out of play, is gone, right? If I'm down, so if they gust me up my Espathra, which they probably want to do. Look, they might, if they don't disrupt my hand, I'm pretty confident that I have game here. They might disrupt my hand though, and I'll be very sad about that. So Palpad, let's see what they get back. Turo and Boss, so they might be bossing here. I'm guessing Lumineon V probably grabbed the Boss, but now my Espathra just, my Arceus now can take. I have 2 ways. I have game here, so this works out for me very nicely. So they take me out because I had taken a lot of prizes, but because I had taken 5 prizes, I just win this turn, and I have 2 Pokemon that I can both one-shot. So I'll just gust up the Regieleki. Might as well do that. No reason not to. And boom, take the knockout. And got the game. So, the Vulpix slows them down. I got the Espathra going too, so that's a lot of fun. Got to get both guys going. I don't think I've yet to use Enamorus V, so I really need to ditch him from the list and then decide, just make the deck probably a little more consistent with that. I don't think there's another Pokemon I want to add to the deck. So got the win and very pleased with how this deck is going. It's a weird deck is what I'll say, obviously. It needs a little more developing. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it, what should happen. I'm pretty sure I should cut the Enamorus V. Let me think, what could I put in? I think I have the energies I want. I could even drop a Mist Energy, honestly. I probably just need one, because the only way to get it when I need it is probably to draw into it. Although it is very important up against Roy Mooney X. So if I added one more trainer, what do I want here? Maybe an Iono just for some consistency. A switching card would be good. Professor Turo scenario is good too. So there's a number of useful cards. So a very solid deck. I'd say give it a try. Let me know. I think it's a lot of fun. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below and have some fun playing some Pokemon.